amazing landscape, beautiful infrastructures, and amazing cultures. But there's a problem, the floor. But we may have a solution.
Jarmma, Interlock, and Caves is that solution. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm Sandra Jill.
I'm Zara.
I'm Manuel Bill.
I'm Jarmma,
And I'm Callum Tucker.
Now meet our business partner, Jarmma. Jarmma lives in Bauchi, Nigeria, where he has a dream of opening his own interlocking business, where he wants to be able to provide for his new family and also give back to his community. Jarmma's business background comes from a 7-year apprenticeship that was encouraged by one of his neighbors to go into the interlocking business, where he found love and passion for this business and also gained and developed really concrete skills to produce high-quality products for his community while also remaining integrity and sincerity in giving back to his community.
Now to talk about the problems we are facing in this industry currently. The problems they're having in this industry are that other interlocking companies in Nigeria are producing less quality products, they're charging high prices without any financial justification, and their efficiency is just all around terrible. What we will bring to this industry is more high quality products using our brand new machinery with much higher efficiency also using that machinery, and we will be able to produce this very fast and very efficiently. We chose the location, as you can see here. It's very close to water, which is a key and essential part in making bricks. It's also very easy to construct or build any new facilities or anything we might need for our factories. It's a developing residential area with lots of foot traffic, which would be great for us because it will bring lots of people to our stores. And it's relatively low rent and a lot of great other benefits that I cannot say on the slides right now. It has great safety development with a very low crime rate. Our business model here, we create these bricks using sand, gravel, and water. We source these raw materials from 3 different places that Juban has had many connections with over his 7 years of apprenticeship, and he still has connections with now. Our market is the local people in the area around Bauchi. And if we have good user reciprocity over the many years, we will expand outside of Bauchi, and into the many years forward, we will go through all of Nigeria.
This table shows the budget for the first year, including the equipment costs, the employee and staff training, the tax to be collected by the Nigerian government, the rent for the warehouse, and any construction and changes done to the original location. This shows the equipment cost breakdown and each material used for production. This goes through the items used, the quantity of the item, and the total cost. These items include the vibrating table and machine, a variety of interlocking molds, and other important items such as a shovel, water hose, wheelbarrow, and hose.
Now we have introduced you to our budget. Let me introduce you to our first order business, revenue. To calculate the revenue, our team multiply revenue per square meter of tiles times square meter of tiles sold per day times days of operating per week, which in all calculates to around 8.6 million naira revenue per year. But then we have to account for cost of goods sold, which includes cost to make 1 square meter of tiles, the square meter of tiles produced per day, plus order fulfillment per day, all times by days of operation, which calculates to around 5 million naira costs per year. Then we have to account operating expenses such as yearly recurring fees, initial treatment upkeep, but from the Allied grant, that number goes from 6.6 million naira to only 2.6 million naira. With a final net profit of 15% Nigerian income tax, that number becomes 850,000 naira net profit, or around $604.
Now that we've talked about our first year of business, let's discuss the first 5 years of business. Now to do this, we have to make various growth assumptions, starting with the cost of goods sold and operating expenses. Now we're going to assume this rate to be 6%. The revenue growth rate we're going to assume it to be 12%. Now this is because the economies of scale. As our business increases, the cost will decrease, therefore generating more profit. I'm sure many of you know that a business's revenue cannot keep increasing forever. eventually we'll reach our max. So we have to include that. That's where the logistic model comes in, with the maximum capacities. Especially being in a small place like Bauchi, Nigeria, and with a company like Interlock making, we calculate our revenue capacity using the best case scenarios from Jarmma, our business partner. Those calculate out to be 75 million now. Now to calculate the cost of goods sold and operating expenses capacities, we took the ratio from the original formula we used to calculate those, and continue that formula. Here's a look at our financial model, showing the first 5 years and our predictions for those years, including revenue, the total COGS, total operating expenses, profits, and more. Now, here we see our charts for the first 5 years of revenue and our total cost of goods sold. You can see that over these 5 years, both of these charts show increase. Now, of course, revenue will increase faster, like I over time, due to the capacities, the increase will stable out and stop increasing. Now here we have operating expenses and profits. The operating expenses, as you may notice, the first year is significantly less. That is due to the Leadership Initiatives grant. The profits, the second year, is significantly lower. That's because for the first time, our business owner has to pay for many items like that.
All factors considered, this is a total investment that Jarmma is asking for him to open and operate his business for the first year. Jarmma intends to sell high-quality products and provide back to his community. With your support, we can help Jarmma achieve his goals and change lives in Bauchi and beyond. Thank you.
Well, if not, we can start with feedback. Oh, sorry, good one, sorry.
I know, we should change it. Michael is going to start.
I'll start. Awesome job. Really in depth. The growth assumptions you really laid out. All those graphs were awesome. You lost me once you had all those Y's and ones and all that stuff. So I would just say this, great presentation, really. I'm not a mathematician, but just know the audience, right? Because this was good for the first slide. You don't want to, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, you did a phenomenal job. Just sometimes when we speak, we have to know who the audience is. And if you were talking to accountants and mathematicians, it would be great. But if you're talking to knuckleheads like myself, you lost me with those Y's, right? I don't even know how many, I couldn't even count how many Y's I did. So, but then you followed up with the graphs and all the 5 slides going over all the, and that was more simple for me to understand. So you called me back in, so good job, overall great job.
Let's switch it up. All right. Yeah, no, overall, I really like just your opening, had very just clear diction. It was a good just balance in the presentation overall. I also just like, I'm all about visuals, but that you all just had some like, call outs in red of like key points to look at, right? Slides can be a lot to absorb. So I like that you did make it, simple for us reviewing to see what your clear points are. I also really like, you all talking about the current and the future market. I think that's just a really important aspect, right? That this is what it's now, but it can change tomorrow, it can change in 6 months, it can change in 5 years. So I appreciate that you have forward thinking in the presentation. Excuse me, I also really like the max revenue capacity that you all mentioned. It's a really important aspect there as well. One thing I just didn't see in terms of maybe like budgeting and thinking about, having like that emergency fund or, what kind of goes back into the business. I think you all mentioned it was like 6%, maybe those were the margins. I'm not completely sure, sorry. Might have lost me in the numbers a little bit too. But I just think, right, like, it was the wise. But what goes kind of, back into like reinvesting into the business, just pulling that out. But great job, very well thought out.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I echo what what all the judges have said. I think that it was a very well put together proposal and presentation. I think definitely like knowing your audience, like for me, I was following pretty quickly, but then some of those equations, I was like, ooh, let me tap back into like, those, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember that in school. But I still like, after that, you guys, like you mentioned, like you brought me back in. I like that you all like listed out all the materials that you were going to need to be purchasing. I also like that you all like bolded everything to like really hone us into like the red bolded text. And I thought it was really well thought out. I think the strategy was on point. I will say one thing about just like knowing your audience, because we have to give some type of feedback. I just wasn't really aware what interlocking was, right? And so I think knowing your audience, giving an example of what that is and what type of customers and why you would sell, how you sell this product and things like that would be useful. But other than that, it was rock stars. I really enjoyed it. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, yes, Umar.
Oh, okay. Since it's the other way around. Well, guys, I just have to give it to you. This is really a wonderful presentation. I really enjoyed. I know when you come to the calculation part, so it was really like too long for people to keep following, like page after page. But I know you guys are trying to justify how your business partner can really make profit and can survive, which I really appreciate. And another thing that really drew my attention is that some of this equipment you guys suggested you're going to provide for him is one of its kind. Honestly, like I've never seen any of the Interlock business people using like vibrators and other things. So this is really a great thing that you're giving a thought and you're going to provide it for him. So it's a key thing for you to consider something that will really let your business partner actually dive into the competitive market. So something that can really give him an opportunity or a reach on the other competitors. So that's really very, very wonderful job. So you guys have really done a great job. I really love all the presentation and all the ideas you put there. Congratulations. I know during the week you guys have really juggled with the numbers. It's also give you a tough time, but it's worth it actually. You guys were able to figure it out. So congratulations.
Thank you guys.
You are appointed, so I am. This one,